let's get right into it. I'm going to have some notes, so don't laugh at me, but I want to be able to look and see what I wrote and look at my notes. The first game is Sunday, September 10th, and they're at the Denver Broncos at Empower Field. It's a 4:25 game on CBS. Now, I think the Raiders go up here and lose this football game. And I want you to hear me for a minute. I know that the Broncos have traditionally, as of late, the Raiders have owned them. Now, I don't think Sean Payton is a god of coaching the way a lot of fans do. I think he's a really good coach. I think there were some years that his teams generally underperformed in New Orleans, but I'm trying to say it right. But New Orleans, excuse me. But I got family down there, so I got to say New Orleans right. But I do think he's a very good coach, very good coach. Give him all the credit in the world. I don't do I think he is a Bill Parcells? No. But do I think he's a great coach? I do. And so do I think he's a Hall of Fame coach? I certainly think he could be. I don't think he's there yet. I don't think his resume determines it yet, but I think he could be. But I think you're not going to see the circular firing squad that we've seen from the Denver Broncos in years past. So I think the Raiders go up there, but I still think that's a good football team. I don't think Russell Wilson is what he used to be. You may remember last year when I did my prediction, I said everyone's talking about Russell Wilson like he's the Russell Wilson of old, and he's not. But I think that they're going to put him in a much better place to succeed. And I think that the Denver Broncos are going to be a better team this year. I think the Raiders go on and start the season 0-1. Then the next game is Sunday, September 17th at Buffalo Bills, Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park at 1 o'clock. That game is Eastern on CBS. I'm a buyer in Josh Allen. I'm a buyer in the Bills. I like this organization. I like this team. I like the way they've built. I think they're a gold standard. I think there are a few teams that are gold standards. And I think the Raiders are a building team, but I don't think the Raiders in any way go into Orchard Park on the road, out east, and win this football game. Just don't see it. And I think the Raiders start 0-2. Then we come to Sunday, September 24th. It's the first of 6 national televised games for the Raiders. And Raider Nation, I've been telling you for the 4 seasons I've been covering this team that the national media loves to play you to get click, 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 because they get paid with clicks. And the fan base is so huge that negativity sells. Now, I don't think you should be a cheerleader or a Kool-Aid salesman. But man, I can tell you, in being in this business, being negative almost sells more than being positive. So let me tell you what my philosophy is. I'm neither. I'm not negative towards the team, and I'm not a cheerleader for the team. I tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. So on Sunday, September 24th, Sunday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers come to Allegiant Stadium at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, a game on NBC. I think the Raiders get this game. I think the Raiders should have beat them last year. I think there was some consternation in the team. I think there was some tension in the team. We'll just leave it right there because that was last year. But I think there's changes. And I think at Allegiant Stadium, with a lot of Steeler fans there because they travel well, that the Raiders get their first win and start 1-2.